with ReactHERS. I'm Abrielle.
I'm Maria.
And I'm Claudia.
And today we're going to do a review of the BLACKPINK Light Up the Sky. It's their, basically, their company made that, was it movie? Documentary?
Like a documentary
on them.
like.
Yeah. And so we couldn't react to it because of copyright reasons, but we did want to put a review just because it was really interesting. Like, I feel like I had a lot of stuff that, like, someone who was new could learn about them as
for
people.
Sure. It was so informative.
They're kind of telling their own story, I feel like. I wanted that to happen before we reacted to the fan made. Yeah. So that way you can kind of see both sides. But before we get to BLACKPINK as a whole, I think we should start off with the members because that's kind of how they did it a little bit in the documentary.
Oh, wait. And as a quick tidbit, so Sandy isn't here, but of course.
I forgot about her.
Dang.
Wow.
Wait till she watches us reacting to this. She's going to be like, the shade.
Whoops.
But
I was supposed to say that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
Sandy.
she couldn't make it today, unfortunately, but don't fret. She has watched the documentary that was on Netflix, and of course she's going to be watching the other documentary that was fan-made later on that we will be reacting to, and that one we are allowed to show you guys, so
yes.
It's exciting.
Thank you. I forgot that. See? It's hard starting all this by myself sometimes. That's why I got y'all.
So, we're doing the individuals.
You want to
so, Rose?
Yeah, let's start with Rose. So, she was born in New Zealand, and then she eventually moved to Australia.
Yeah, at like 8, right?
Yeah, she had that.
I remember.
I love her accent. Like, oh my goodness.
I love accents in general.
I could hear her talk
they're so
all day.
Amazing. Yeah. I love when people just have an accent. I think they're so like.
Yeah.
I feel like they're so much more worldly.
Yeah, especially when she sings, like, in the accent.
I love her singing.
Okay, sorry, enough about her accent and her voice. But she's loved music since she was, like, a kid and, like, always been playing the piano.
Yeah, so good. The piano is, like, so hard to play. That's a really, like, that's a hard instrument to, like, actually like, be able to learn. Yeah. Like, because there's people who do, like, the keyboard, and the keyboard's, like, smaller, and the piano is, like, this grand thing. And I think people are just so, like, cultured when they know that stuff. Again, she's the accent. She can play the piano. She's getting it left and right.
I thought it was so cute that her dad, like, was the one that encouraged her.
Yeah,
to, like,
I did see that.
To try out at the YG.
Wasn't she, like, 16 at the time?
Yeah.
Like, 16, I think it said. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think it's big that her dad was such a big support to her.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we see, like, the dads are not supportive about it. Because, I mean, even from a parent's perspective, I could see what they're saying.
Yeah, like, what's the probability of you being a part of the biggest girl group in the entire world?
Or, like, you just
what
making
it. What are the statistics on that? Like, so low, and he was still able to encourage her to do something like that. And then look at her now.
Look at that. The dad knew his
and now
daughter.
he will be known around the world.
The dad knew his daughter and the potential his daughter had.
Yeah.
And
he knew it.
And I think the crazy thing is they, like, called her back and they're like, can you come to Korea in 2 months?
Yeah, that was wild
like,
when I heard
2 months.
that.
When I said 2 months,
pack up your life. Goodbye.
2 months.
And
you
that's
just
not
gotta,
even, like, you're going to debut. This is like, no, you're going to be a trainee and you may or may not debut. Like, you just got to give up everything, drop the ball and all this stuff, come to Korea, train with us, and then we may or may not catch you.
Yeah, and so she's already moved at 8. And now she's moving again, and she's moving to Korea where they have, obviously,
language.
A whole different language.
Yeah.
Like culture, language, food, everything is different from where she's coming, which I think was commendable for her to even take that up.
Well, and she went by herself, too, because, like, her family couldn't go.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they can't go into the training camp. So, that's really hard for somebody that, like, you're moving to a whole new country, and someone who's, like, really attached, you know, to their mom, and, you
she's
know,
a
to
mama's
their
girl, right?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Being attached to, like, your mom in that way, it's not, like, where they can just, like, come and see you during the weekends or anything like that. Like, having to move,
sounds like a boarding school situation.
Yeah. Well, and she's just so hardworking. Like, she can stay up into the studio to, like, 6 a.m. sometimes.
And then
like,
she's a really good writer, too. So,
and she writes, too. She
got it all. I'm telling you, the dad knew what he was doing when he encouraged her.
Yeah.
For sure.
And because it worked out, because, I mean, she debuted. And then I think it's really cute in her and Lisa's relationship. As, like, sisters.
They're like sisters. They're so amazing.
They're like what is it called? A sister from another mother? something.
Sister from another mister.
Mister, there you go.
Yeah.
She's
The
like
saying,
her sister
like
from
brother
another
from another
mister.
mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sister from another mister. Yeah, it's
she
so
like found
cute.
her sister mate.
Yeah, and I think that was just so helpful too, getting through like the trainee stage.
For sure, having someone that you can like is more than a friend, is like your family. It's just so much easier like on yourself to be able to feel, you know, more at ease, more at home, and someone that you can like really rely on and count on is really going to help you through a process like that. So it's so amazing that she was able to find that, because that probably like made it so much easier for her to really like get through it, which is still hard in itself.
Yeah,
but
being away, I can only imagine being away from my family, like language barrier, like, oh my gosh.
Huge, yeah. Learning an entire new language is like...
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would be
just
kicked
like
out. They'd be like, go back, go back.
Well, she learned it like way older. So for me, like I learned English when I was like really, really young, because, you know, English is my second language. But I learned it really young. So to learn a language when you're like older is a lot harder.
And going from like English, which is like alphabet, to like Korean, which is like symbols.
Symbols, yes.
Like
oh
that,
my
it's
god.
not even like Spanish and English. Like they're like, I still can't get Spanish, even though they're so like similar.
Well, we both have letters, yeah, for sure.
But like, you know,
yeah.
I know some words, but like I look at the symbols and I'm just like,
yeah, way different.
It's just.
Yeah, way over my head.
She knows
sure.
al baño.
No, I do. I can ask her where the bathroom
Donde
is.
está el baño?
Donde está el baño?
See, I said just
I've
like her.
I've never had to ask for it, but if I do, I'm ready. Okay, so you want to go on to the next member?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's do Jisoo.
Jisoo.
Then
She's the oldest.
Yes, she's the
She
oldest.
is the oldest.
Which we're currently missing the oldest of our group today. But
Jisoo,
it's okay.
Sandy, where are you? She's our
We miss
Jisoo.
you,
She is our
Sandy.
Jisoo. We just feel like so like
It's
grounded.
empty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like our
and,
glue.
And we're like in her house.
Sandy is
without
truly
her.
the glue to us.
She really is. Which
She
I
holds it together
yeah,
for
I feel
us
like
when we lose.
for real,
When
though.
us three, especially, we lose it, Sandy's like, settle down, guys. Relax yourself.
Get it together.
Yeah.
Well, and
does.
she grew up in Korea, so
yeah.
she's
Yeah.
got that Korean culture and that Korean vibe, which is awesome. And I found it like imagine the hardship too that she went through, like especially when her relatives were calling
Oh my
her
god,
like
yeah, like
ugly and
ugly.
That
monkey.
is so sad.
And she's like so beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
She's
I don't know
like-
what they were talking about. I
like,
I don't
She's
see
so
it.
talented. Obviously, she made it. That's an L for those relatives.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Now
That's
you
an
will.
L
Now
for
they,
those
okay. So
relatives.
compared to like Rose's dad over there now being known around the world for like encouraging her, now these people will forever be known as the ones.
And guess
who
what?
called her that. And she's
Maybe
gorgeous.
if they were nice to Jisoo might have decided to gift them something nice or share the wealth. But now,
I mean, she's a very nice person.
She
so
is really
I would
sweet.
not doubt that she.
you know what,
that she did
Jisoo,
it.
don't share. They called you ugly and a monkey. Don't share. Go and go to their face and be like, "What did you say? What did you say? Look at that.
Who do I look like now?
Is on billboards."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Who do I look like
look
now?
at
Oh,
you.
right there.
Now look at me. How you like that?
Yes. Now look at you. Now look at me. I'm up there. You're still down there.
I would send that if I was her. I would send that song and be like, "This is for you."
Exactly.
Look at you now. Look at me. How you like that? Seriously, she should
Literally.
do
Yeah.
that. I would love to send a personal message.
You
to
should
them.
be like, oh, who do I look like? Oh, like that person on that
Like the
billboard.
aud-
Oh, wait, that is
The
me.
audacity that they were like
Rude.
shaming her for that, because she was cute. Those pictures that they showed, she was
So
an
adorable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Girl.
I don't see it. Like,
Like-
if you put a monkey next to her, I don't see the comparison. Like, whatsoever.
She's not even ugly. She's adorable.
She's not. That's what I'm
She's
saying.
so
She was such a
pretty.
cute
She's
little
so
kid.
like.
She's a gorgeous girl
And I
too.
feel like watching that, I
so
feel
crazy.
like she always carried herself very well.
Yeah.
So I don't
Well,
know
she's so
what,
sweet. That's
what
what I'm
made
saying.
them
Like,
think
it's just
she was
so-
a monkey. Monkeys don't carry
Well, and
themselves
she's
well.
so smart too. Like,
incredibly
yes.
smart. When I was like hearing that, I was like, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
She's
Beauty
got
and the
looks.
brains. That's
yeah,
what
there you
she
go. I was
is.
about to say that. Like, she has the looks. She has the talent,
Truly sucks to suck for her.
and she's
relatives.
smart. Yeah, I know it does. Like,
I'd love to know which.
she's
relative it
obviously
was.
having
Probably dad's
the
side.
last laugh,
Well-
but like the biggest last laugh in the sense of
Yeah.
you're critiquing her at such a young age, which can
Yeah.
build somebody to have this huge complex, because these are the people that are supposed to like really love you and like
Yeah.
nurture you and care for you, and they're the people that are attacking you right now. You know what I mean? And then to be able to now be on this platform and just still be so kind, be poised, and now she's gorgeous, and now she's like known around the world for her talent. Like, they literally are now like eating their words.
She could have like let those words affect her and stop
Exactly.
her from like
She
doing an
didn't.
Yeah.
audition Because she did
like, how does that not hinder you? You know
I
what I mean?
wonder if that was her intent. Like, I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Well, she joined the drama club at her in 11th grade.
Yes.
And then like through that they're like, oh well, you need more experience. Yeah. So she was like,
and
oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Audition.
And I feel like that's probably why she went ahead and just like pursued more. Because she was like, I'm going to prove them wrong.
Well, I also think that kind of was what kind of helped build, like, her backbone. Because, you know, she doesn't cry easily. She's really good at having a poker face. Yeah. She's really good at these things. And I think that was, And so I feel like having that, like, as a childhood also kind of, like, helped, like, build her up. And it's great for this because there will always be haters around the world. Like, there just, it does not,
We barely just started. We get mad hate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is hilarious,
so,
like,
but haters gonna hate.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway,
but she didn't let all that hate, all that negativity get to her, and she still continues to like press on.
We need to learn
so
from Jisoo because we be sitting there. Should I respond to this?
I laugh. I think it's hilarious.
No, we laugh and they were like, "Man, I want to respond to this, and this. Say this, this, and this." I think we need to learn from her.
Yeah, to be a bit more poised in the sense of don't
and poker face maybe.
Definitely
poker face. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
You're not paying my bills. Goodbye.
Exactly. But obviously Jisoo be paying all the bills now. She's got nothing but rocks of money to just pop it out everywhere to go.
I know, and she's so talented, smart.
She's incredibly talented.
So I really hope that she like doesn't take all that hate. Like, you know, like. It doesn't seem like she does because she's
but we don't know that.
I hope she has.
She is a poker
like
face.
I hope she knows like that the fans are there. They love her. They're gonna support her no matter
Blanks.
what. Yes. Like I hate to see people have to go through that.
Oh, for sure. Because I don't understand why people have to take time out of their day to spew hate. Like, if you don't have anything, like, this is kindergarten, guys. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Especially when they don't deserve it. Like, she's done so, like, she's a role model to so many women. Like, she's done so much, like, they all have. So it's like, they don't deserve the hate because they're just trying their best.
Especially, too, when you're a young child. Yeah. Who deserves that? Like, I don't think anybody deserves that.
No kid deserves
that. And she took it in stride.
I think she's adorable.
Yeah.
She is.
I think she took it in stride. She took it and was like not allowing things to affect her. Yeah, she didn't allow things to affect her. She's not going to cry easily. She's going to only get stronger out of this. Yeah. And look at what she's been able to make from it.
I love it.
She's on billboards. Where are those relatives? Still living in the TV.
Not only is she literally on billboards, but she's hitting billboard charts.
For reals.
So.
All right, ready for the next member? Okay. So, you want to do Lisa? We get into the rappers?
Yes.
Okay, so Lisa's from Thailand.
Yes, Thailand. Okay.
Which I think is cool that they have so many diverse cultural backgrounds. Like, that just brings in such a good mix, I feel like a good melting pot.
Oh, for sure.
Which I think is really unique to BLACKPINK, their cultural background.
And I wonder if those different cultures really help them, the four of them, be there for each other. Because they understand they're all not from there, so they help each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you love clothes.
Yes, and so she's really into vintage clothes, which I always notice when they have like different stuff.
She has a very different look.
Yeah, well, she likes like the old.
She actually goes into the vintage stores and like buys clothes from like the 90s.
I saw
that style that she has. I always notice when they have like the different stuff, and I love it because they can like rock things that like.
Yeah, no,
not everybody can.
Yeah, no, she looks good.
So Lisa like be killing it with, you know.
And it's cool how like she kind of has like her family ish, like her aunt had that music group,
and so then she would play with the mics, the mic stands.
That's so cute.
And she would dance.
I watched that. I'm like, that's so cute. And, like, she was meant to be where she's
at. For sure.
And a supportive parent again. Her mom saw her and like put her in like a dance class, like a dance thing in kindergarten. Yeah. So then that started her whole dance thing where she went into competition.
Again, the mom knew what she was doing. Right? She saw that potential in her daughter and she said, we're going to take this to the next level.
Yeah.
And then, good for her.
And then because it paid off, because when she was like 12, 13, like the talent scout came and was like, so hey, you want to start trying to sing?
Yeah.
And then she realized, ding, 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 I really love both.
Yeah, I know and it shows. Like, I see, you know, when she's dancing, and love the rap. I love that. Rap by far is, you know, one of my favorite, like, genres in general, and to really be seeing, like, a woman killing it.
Well, she was killing it. Did you see those videos of her in her, like, like dancing and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She killed it, like, all the way around.
Young Lisa danced better than I could ever dance in my whole life combined.
Yeah. Seriously. Look at the talent from so young. Like, that mom just had to have known that her child was dripping with talent.
She always had moves. She, like, she knew how to move her body. She knew how to move it in the right place, basically. Like, watching those videos. And I was like, she is just meant to be where she's at.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Talent Scout knew. He just knew.
Well, look at that. They knew what they were doing, too.
Well, and imagine, like, so she auditioned for YG, obviously.
Yeah.
And then she had to wait, like, she's waiting for, like, 2 months for a call. Like, can you imagine, like, the anxiety and she probably went up and down, like, oh, no, they're not going to call me. She probably felt
like at the month of January, it wouldn't end. Yeah. I'm sure that wait didn't end. It felt like we were on January 33rd. That's not even the date.
But then she got a call because YG is not stupid. They see her.
Obviously
they obviously see her.
Obviously. They better look at talent like that.
Yeah, but the good thing about her is, like, she also has, like, a really good, like, attitude and always brings up, like, the group's, like, mood. And she's just very positive. So that, like, had to have, like, really helped, like, her out during those 2 months, because that's stressful.
Yeah. Well,
stressful. Keep it positive.
I think every group, too, needs that positive person. For sure. Like, when they see a
when
member
they put
down,
that group together, they knew what they were doing.
Like, when they see, like, a member down or something, they're going to, like, be more exaggerated or, like, just try anything they can to cheer that person up. And I think that's really important for a group because they're human. People are going to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Like, they need someone to be that emotional support.
I feel like a lot of people, like, forget that.
Yeah.
When you have, like, your idols, they're still people who have
humans.
Good, exactly. Like,
they have good days.
They have good days. They have bad days. They have, you know, sometimes where they're just really exhausted from all the stuff that they've been doing, and to really have that person that can balance you out in the group and really, like, cheer you up when, you know, when they're doing their world tours, like, it cannot be easy. And to have this person that can just, like, lift you up, like Lisa, like, really, like, coming in for the group and lifting everyone's mood.
Lisa's like the sunshine of the group. She brings the sunshine in when there's clouds. Yeah. She's like the sunshine that's like, I'm here. Cheer up.
I think she does it better than that, but
probably, I'm sure. But she definitely, I feel like, is the glue. But, like, Jisoo is too. I feel like they both are the glue to the group in different ways.
Well, I feel like if any member is missing, then it wouldn't be BLACKPINK and it wouldn't feel right.
Exactly. I feel like every member brings in their part, which is what I was saying. Like, you have, like, all of these different, like, personalities, and obviously, you know, YG knew what they were doing. I think
we can relate it to ourselves as much as we can, too, with, like, the whole getting comfortable, because, like, I mean, clearly we are not all the same.
We are also from different backgrounds.
We are completely...
We'll give that away.
I know.
We are from completely different backgrounds. And I
feel like they probably got confused that we were all from the same place, but... Oh, I'm dead.
No, but I feel
if we put too much light, my face disappears. It's just
and it's true because we also have the same thing. Like, each one of us, I think,
we come from different cultures, different backgrounds,
and we all have different strengths. Where like,
I was one of the last ones to join, I guess, the group or whatever. But, like, it never felt like that. Like, I was the last one. It feels like I've been literally working with you guys since forever.
For an eternity. It does feel like
forever.
That.
Sometimes they're like, wait, it's been only that long?
for life.
Yeah. Only that long? Really? I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, don't you remember when this happened? She's like, I wasn't there. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I know. I do that too. Because
you and I were like, you were a year before me, and then I was a year after.
Me and Sadie have been together the longest.
The longest.
We were the original.
We were still, like, in high school when they were together.
Oh,
I'm saying together as in they were working together.
Wait, were we? No, you were in high school?
I think so.
7 years ago.
Wow, I feel old.
Yeah, I was still in high school.
Why'd you do that to me?
She actually graduated a year before I did.
No, don't say that.
I was definitely in high school.
Y'all just made me feel real old. I don't ever feel older than y'all. I feel like y'all same age, and then you point stuff out, and I'm like, dang.
Well, no, I just meant it in the way that you guys just know each other for so long. Like, we didn't even know.
To be honest, like, within the group, there's not, like, a specific time where I'm like, oh, they're just so much older than me, because you're really not. But, like, in a general sense,
just
like, oh, they're older than me.
Made me feel so much older than me. Made me feel like the old lady of the group.
No, but
I think she makes me feel better.
Ooh, dang! You're just coming for Sandy left and right today.
Sandy, do you see that?
I love you, Sandy. I've known her for the longest.
Hater.
I've known her for the longest. It's okay.
No, you have.
For sure, because like
But
they'll
it
do
doesn't
it to me
feel
too.
like-
Because like
yeah.
sometimes they'll notice like you weren't there sometimes, and they'll be like, "Yeah, when we had such and such," and I'm like, "No, I was not there for that
Yeah,
time."
it feels like you were there too.
I know.
Anyway,
But, I
next
think what we're
member,
looking
last member, Jenny.
Okay.
so cute,
Yes,
adorable.
So she
Love.
was born in Korea with just her and her mom, which I thought was an interesting dynamic as well. Just being by themselves, and then they just were like, okay, yeah. So
And then she was
10 years old.
Yeah.
So they were like went on a trip to Australia, New Zealand, and the mom was like, love New Zealand, and she was like, hey, what do you think about moving here? And they're like, yeah.
That was so spontaneous. I think that's
Right?
something I would pull.
But she didn't even know any English. Like
That's
just like
hard.
the bravery to like move somewhere different, to experience something new like that, not knowing English.
I can imagine.
Well, it's kind of the same thing as like for someone who like only knows English and now knowing all these characters from like when when you're reading. To me, they're they're characters, they're not letters. And now having to go from characters to what you're used to letters, it's like
I know, like
complete
all of them
culture shock.
had to like have all this culture shock.
I have hiccups. I think Sandy's thinking of us.
But
Oh, is that what that means?
oh man, probably because I was talking about her ears were ringing.
When she says
Yeah.
talking, she means
Probably.
roasting.
Probably Sandy's thinking about us. She's probably like, I wonder what unhinged behavior Mariam's exhibiting.
I kind of relate to Jenny just because she was super shy, and like she couldn't even make like order stuff on the phone. And I was like that. I couldn't make.
When she was young, I remember
You
was
did
talking
tell us
about
that, but I
a
could
lot.
never believe that now.
Well, I could never make a phone call. Like even now, like when we have to call people, you see, like I kind of try to avoid it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I still don't.
You're not a call person for sure.
Okay, so
No, but like I was super shy. Like I would be in the room and I would like y'all could be there and like talking and I'd be like, like I don't know what to do with myself. Like, do I go talk to them? Do I say hi? Do you think I'm a weird that I say hi? I don't know. But now I'm the person that would just be like, hey,
Yeah,
like
She's
for
like,
sure.
yeah, you are the first one to do it.
yeah.
So in a sense, I can kind of relate to that a lot because, for example, like when we came to this country, like my mom, didn't know English a lot of the time. So even like ordering food in general or doing stuff, she'd always give the phone to me. Or if we're like at a drive-through, she would open my window so that I would have to like do it. And I'm like younger, and it's hard because like I'm really shy for that too. Because there's these people like I'm really young. I'm like, can I get a? And then I have to wait for her to tell me, and I have to make sure I'm translating it right and doing all that stuff. So I can kind of relate into where, like, I would see my mom do that because, like, it's not that she doesn't, like, know how to say certain things like she does, but, like, she doesn't. And, like, you get really shy because, like, you don't want to mess up. Like, it's, like, nerve-wracking to have to do something like that for sure. And, like, for me, I knew the language, but it's still, like, nerve-wracking. So not knowing the language is just, whoa.
Well, then after that, she was thinking about contemplating moving to the U.S. to do another homestay. And then she was there. It was, like, kind of almost 80% done.
They're so spontaneous.
And
The
then-
mother and daughter love it.
Well, it's just her.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was just
she
her.
was like, wait a second, I want to be a singer. And so then she completely switched tracks.
I meant mother-daughter being spontaneous,
Oh,
in like the mother is very supportive of her being very spontaneous.
Well, and obviously she got it from the mom because it's like, oh, New Zealand? Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
I wish I could do that. That would be so nice. I wish I had like
Dubai.
She loves Dubai.
She really does.
Yes, I do.
Love
I
it.
want to
If
skydive
If she
over
had the
palm.
money, she would ditch us all.
I would. I know. I just want to go skydive. I want to do all the excursions in Dubai because they're just like next level. First one being skydiving over the palm.
Okay. Anyway, so she auditioned and then she got in. Yeah, unlike some people who would audition and not get in.
I didn't even audition.
Exactly,
I don't know what you
and
mean.
you wouldn't get in because you say.
Rude.
I've heard you sing,
Rude.
Oh, my God.
That's my bathroom singing.
and I've seen you dance.
Yeah, no, I've seen her sing.
Robot. A
I've
glorified
seen her
robot.
dance. It's just not
It's
in.
okay, but we still love you.
Whatever.
You know, you bring in other talents.
She's jealous I can
It
move.
is movement. It's some sort of movement.
Because she complains about her knees. My knees are perfectly
I
fine.
can't dance either. I fit the stereotype.
I'm a
very
great dancer.
Well.
I love to dance. Not ballet or anything like that. I can dance like other stuff. Ballet, no thank you.
She can twerk. That's not dancing.
No, I can dance. I can do cumbia. I can do norteñas. I can do
I
folklorico.
can country dance.
I can country
I can
dance.
country
I
dance.
can
That's all I
line
got.
dance. I can do hip hop. I can do jazz. I just can't do ballet. I actually took dance for like many years, and I was a cheerleader too. So which involves dancing too. You're not just tumbling. So I'm a really good dancer. Ballet's not it for me. I can do the steps, but like, when you're supposed to look like really graceful, like bruises. You're supposed to leap beautiful. Terrible. I was not looking graceful. You're supposed to look like a little gazelle. Not it. Hip hop though, kill it. I can twerk. I do Latin dancing a lot, and I think that's where I get it from is because I'm Latin, so I love to dance and do all those things.
I think y'all's hips are not attached, like Latin people in general.
Yeah, like my hips, like I'm really good.
I don't
ballet,
think any
not
people
it.
BLACKPINK hips are attached personally.
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying. The talent, all of them can dance so well. They're like when I see them like together in
I mean, that's why they are professional.
Well, they are professional.
I mean, they are, but they are. They
are. And they kill it too.
Imagine one day.
And Jenny, she does Pilates. You saw her like her Pilates.
Oh yes,
like
Pilates.
Her friend,
the core.
Her friend / instructor was like talking about her and was like so sweet.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, did we go to that free Pilates class together?
Okay, why are we talking about this? We're doing a review.
But anyway,
no.
Unlike Miriam, Jenny doesn't like to talk about herself, which I thought was so cute.
Yeah.
It was so sweet. I really like that.
Sweet.
It's like such as like
I love her smile.
Yeah, I love when like people are kind of like that, where they're like still kind of like in a sense, they're just really humble. Like you can have so much talent, you can be one of the biggest, and you still.
Wait, I don't.
Well, and like Miriam, she gets sick she's the member who gets sick the most.
Yeah.
And like she always says that she like aches after like tours or like concerts and stuff,
which is hard to do.
Yeah.
I think people really underestimate the amount of like work that goes in, the amount of time that goes in.
Planning.
You have to, well, not just like, you know what I mean? The planning for it from before, the planning, everything you have to do like during, you got to still like dance, and you still have to like, it's not audition. You have to like,
do everything.
Practice, rehearsals. There we go. I'm like, I couldn't think of the word.
We could talk about their, training days, since we're kind of getting into like practices and rehearsals. So their training days, like, cause all the work that they put in. So I feel like it's pretty interesting how they kind of have like a boarding school type of situation, and how YG was planning originally to do a bigger group. So they had like a lot of trainees there, but they whittled it down to like 4, which is crazy. And I feel like the pressure they must have felt, because you have to meet the company standards in every subject.
And everything. Which is incredibly hard to do. Like, some people can be really talented in one area and kind of lack in the other. And I think that's what's really amazing about BLACKPINK, like, as a whole, is all of them are just so amazing at everything they're doing.
Department.
Well, and then as trainees, you have to have 3 to 4 dance lessons a day. You have to have vocal lessons. If you don't know Korean, you have to have Korean lessons. And you only get 1 day off like every 2 weeks, which is just crazy. And the days that you are training, it's 14-hour days. Like you're training like constantly nonstop, because they want that repetition to get like drilled into your body, all those basics and all those stuff. So like they're just basically non-stop going.
The epitome of like hardworking.
Well, and not only that, like they're at the end of each month they have that monthly review. So like they have people watching them, and they have to do that solo dance by themselves where they get critiqued like individually. Then they have the group song they do, and then the group choreo, and like you get graded. So like the pressure, like if you don't perform, you're gonna get eliminated. And like
that's hard.
BLACKPINK talked about like how they had to send so many of their friends home like every month, because their friends got. I mean, imagine spending 14 hours a day.
With somebody.
And then
with
you
this
slowly
group of
get
like
cut off.
Really every day, because like getting like 1 day off
every
practicing. 2 weeks.
They're probably practicing like,
for sure.
That day.
But like even if like think about it like in a grand scheme, there's like how many weeks in a month? 4. And so you're only getting 2 days off, which I don't think they took it either. But like let's say if they did, which I don't think they did, because like
they're way too. I don't know.
Yeah, like when you're getting critiqued all the time, they have to like
feel guilty for taking a day off.
Well, not just that, like you have to always put in your A game. Like you're like it's a competition, so you're really gonna have to be like, am I gonna take this day off, or am I gonna use it? You know what I mean? But let's just even say that they did, having 2 days off a month. You know what I mean? That's got to be like incredibly hard.
Getting just 2 days a month, I would die.
And they were critiqued hardcore. So like in these reviews, they would say like, you're not good enough. Like you're not doing this good enough. Like you need to be better at this, that, and then you have to hold it together, and you can't let it break you. Like to be able to put that harsh criticism and turn it around and better yourself. Like, that's hard for anyone to do.
Anybody to do.
Like, and not to give up in that situation and to keep pressing forward. Even though they saw, like, all their friends were going. They were all getting eliminated. They had this whole waiting game. Am I going to debut? Am I going to get eliminated? Yeah. They didn't know through this whole entire process, living on edge.
Yeah, and then they have they're incredibly strict there. Yeah. They have so many rules.
Yeah, like food restrictions and exercising constantly.
Yeah, they couldn't drink, they couldn't smoke,
no tattoos.
Which you had already been eliminated.
Wow, already.
You're done. You wouldn't even have been, they would have saw your tattoo and be like, I'm sorry, I can't even offer you a job.
Like, literally.
Which totally is crazy, because after watching this, it's just so crazy to see how, like, random people could just become such a good, close group. Yeah. They could become so close-knit. Mm-hmm. And it's just nice to see that, and they all share the same interest.
Yeah. They went through, well, not some of the same things. They went through the same things. Yeah. Because they were there.
And they can relate to each other.
Yeah, because they weren't able to go home, frequently. Yeah. They had all the same rules. Well, they had to practice
They had to give up, like, their high school, basically, like, experiences. Like, they couldn't experience what a normal teenager or young adolescent was feeling and experiencing because they were in the training session. They were doing all this stuff. They couldn't go out. They couldn't have friends. It was basically their whole world. Which is
typically where people start to get into their rebellious stages is during, high school time. And so it's really hard to, like, imagine kind of like when, probably not you, but like me for high school,
normal teen life, basically.
Yeah. But then, like, the CEO was like, hey, these 4 chicks right over here, they got something. They have something good going.
And there's probably a reason why they were the CEO, because it just see the talent.
They could just see it, and they were like, they picked them out, and they were like, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and wait, did I do more than
this one? This one, this one, this one. I think you did it right. This one.
Yeah, you did it right.
Yes, haha, look at me. And so then it just clicked after they formed that group, and the CEO put them together to do, like, all those evaluations and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of clicked. And they kind of knew each other's role, and it just balanced out so well. Like, normally you would fight in a group, like, as a trainee group, you'd fight for, like, I want more time, because you want to show off. But, like, it was just so naturally they fit together that they knew, like, what their job was. Like, they each had a job, they each had a part, and they each fit in so perfectly that it was just meant to be. It's like fate.
It literally was, like, meant to be.
Meant to be. They were at the right time, at the right place.
Speaking of fate, let's talk about how they debuted together. They're kind of their idol life, which I think is pretty cool. So they debuted August. I combined, obviously, in August
2016.
They obviously debuted August 2016 with their song Whistle. And
brain fart.
Y'all kind of got, like, a preview of it in the show. I kind of want to show y'all the full music video because it's so cool, especially with the whistle. I can't do it.
And keep in mind, they're debuting hit number 1. Yeah. 14 days.
Right? And that was the shortest time like a girl group had gotten, like, number 1 in that, like, crazy.
Like, amazing.
It was everybody who saw their talent. Like, everybody saw it. They knew they were going to be something.
Yeah. I love how this is, like, just such a great way, like, in the sense of, we're all women too. They're paving the way for other women to be taken seriously too.
And they're such a role model too. Like, so many people looked up, and I feel like that would be kind of scary for me, because, like, you're just
for them,
no one knows you as a trainee, and then all of a sudden you debut, you blow up, and then all these people are looking up to you. Like, I feel like that kind of pressure. Like, oh my goodness, am I good enough? Like,
and that's a great way to, like, really look at it too, because I was kind of looking at it as, and probably because I'm kind of seeing them more in their later times with, the music videos you've been showing us. But I'm looking at it as, they're an incredibly strong group. They're paving the way, and they know that they're paving the way. They know that they are these role models that are making ways for other, young girls who have been called ugly, or who have been judged, or feel that they can't do it, or have even a family member that's telling them to do this, to believe in themselves and believe that it is possible. So that's also, like, a really good point to, like, notice, is because they hit so quickly. Yeah. It's a complete, like, turnaround.
It was like an overnight, what is it called? Overnight
stardom.
Yeah, and like everyone's saying you're so great, you're so awesome, like you're number one, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to keep this up, like the expectation, the pressure.
Oh, yeah,
you
pressure
have to like
that.
the next one coming out has to be a banger as well, because
like now you're on this pedestal.
Then they're gonna call you a one-hit wonder after that if you don't
if you don't keep hitting
performing.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all these new fans, and they want to like obviously they want to like give the best for Blinks. Mm-hmm. And all that kind of stuff. So it's like the pressure that they must feel.
Really wanting to like give your fans everything, I think, is definitely such an amazing thing that, you know, they have to, is because these fans are supporting them from the beginning. You want to give them your all. You want to give, you know, your best. And I feel like that makes it incredibly hard to do, and because then it adds pressure to everything you're doing.
Especially when you're
you have to second guess yourself.
Like your young teens, young 20s.
Exactly.
When you're like still trying to discover who you are as a person and like trying to figure that out, who you are.
You're trying to make an identity of yourself.
You're trying to form
you're trying to like really find yourself and everything, and not being able to like go through a rebellious stage or be able to like make these types of mistakes that other people do and can learn from. I think it's really hard. Yeah, they didn't get that chance. So
every mistake is blown up.
You can't, because every mistake is blown up.
Yeah.
That's literally where I was going with that, because it's like you cannot mess up on literally the world stage.
But again, it brings back to kind of like they're humans. They're exhausted. They've been traveling. They've been doing tours, you know, and they've been rehearsing, I'm sure, day and night. So it's like, cut them some slack. Well, like, be nice.
For sure, but I feel like they handled it really well.
No,
they did
amazing. Wonderful handling.
But I think people should realize that.
But I think people need to cut some slack, because they are humans at the end of the day. They have their own life too.
Yeah.
Right? That like they just don't have. Yes, this is their life, obviously, but there's still an individuality as themselves. Like they still have themselves. So it's like, cut them some slack. Like relax yourselves.
Like falling off.
Well, speaking of, we could start talking about the world tour then. First world tour was 9 months long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, insane. Like,
that's
a long time. Like,
look, I feel like April is taking 3 months in one.
Right? Like,
and I'm not touring the
world.
world.
How are they alive right now? I don't know, because that would have killed me.
When I first heard them say like 9 months, like let's just take into account world tour, which means different time zones.
Environments,
the jet lag,
plane rides,
different cultures, people, food,
different germs. Like you have different germs in different places. Like that.
I could see why Jenny gets sick a lot too. That's kind of me. Like traveling gets me sick, because it's like, first of all, like everything changes too, and I'm sure Jenny's body,
the atmosphere, the weather,
altitude, and everything.
Like the weather in Russia is not going to be, you know, the same as the weather in like
Canada.
Hawaii.
Well, and you might feel like exhausted, and your body might be feeling like tired and laggy, but you still want to give your 100% best on the performance. Like, and they
it's a world tour.
I can't imagine being jet lagged and then performing.
Oh my god,
how amazing they perform! Like they don't even look tired. I'm sure they only had like 3 hours sleep.
I'm barely surviving after a wedding today.
Like, but imagine that. Like,
not hers.
Yeah.
No, not mine. I'm
you
like,
need to specify. People are like, congratulations to you.
No, not mine. But I'm telling you, like, it's been rough for me this entire day today, even at work. Like, I can't imagine a world tour, and performing, rehearsing.
Well, and I thought that it was so cool too that they were so big, and like the world had already like recognized them as like the top girl group. That Coachella like invited them
during their tour.
Yeah, so that's what they started off their U.S. tour was Coachella. Like, which is what so a way to start off your tour.
What a bang.
Yeah, but like the pressure that they felt, like they were talking about how much more nervous and how much overwhelming it was, because like it's not like concert like fans buy a ticket, like anyone's walking by
and they can Coachella can like hear it, which is because it's one of the biggest festivals, of course.
Well, and I thought that was so funny that they were like, I don't know if like even 200 people were gonna come, and I'm like, girl, Blake's got y'all. Like, don't worry.
It's like I don't know why you even doubted that.
I know, but like you still have like what if?
For sure. Like I think, you know, being an artist, even with having all that, because again, exactly, you know what they were saying, when you're on world tour, the people that are going to go to your concert are going specifically for you. But at Coachella, you have a bunch of different stages, and people are there, you know, since the very beginning, and sometimes they're going to watch somebody way later, and they could just be passing by and like hearing you. You have to be on your A game. This could be a great way to, you know, introduce, you know, new people to your music, but you know, that's not something.
And you never know. There could be like executive producers and, you know, filmmakers at Coachella, you know, and then they get offered. Who knows?
Well, I mean, they don't need that, but it's
they
okay.
don't. But I'm just saying, you just never know. So it's like you just have to be performing
like,
at your best.
There's some people who have prejudice because, like,
oh gosh,
like music isn't in like their language or it's in a different language, and so they might just be like, oh, I don't want to listen to it because it's not in English, which I feel like is just so like stupid because like music. It transcends language.
Yeah.
Like, you can still get the feel of the song. You can get what they're saying.
Well,
and they're doing so much more. Like, they're dancing. Yeah. You can feel the atmosphere. You don't have to understand necessarily.
Well, for me, it's kind of when you were, like, showing me more of the K-pop route. Yeah. Like, I kind of felt in the same way where, like, music for me is definitely based, off of, like, the feeling I get a lot is from the lyrics. But right now, when I'm watching K-pop, even though I don't understand, I can feel the way that they're feeling through it. But that's something that I had to learn after watching it, because a language barrier for me is, like, typically when I'm, like, flipping through a playlist or something, I'm not going to pick something that
out of your language,
out of my language. Yeah. That's not something that I wouldn't even know to look it up. You know what I mean? It's not going to automatically pop up. Typically, music that pops up on your playlist, like recommended, is still going to be things that you would listen to, which I think is also like a thing that was like a worry for Coachella. Like, people passing by, this is a great way to introduce new people to your genre, because they're going to see you performing, they're going to see you singing, and they're going to be able to feel that you can attract new people to your music and kind of open up that door for people, including like what you did for me. Because again, for me, if it's not in my language, it wouldn't be something that like I would know to look up who to look up.
It kind of transcends those boundaries or those blocks that people have. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I can't listen to this. This is just like some sort of, whatever. Like, they dismiss it. Because for sure. It's in Korean and they don't know Korean.
And they don't know
And they're missing something really great. Obviously, BLACKPINK is like the biggest girl group.
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously putting out great music that has good meaning. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that people dismiss it just because it's not in English, which I feel. But I think they're breaking those stereotypes and those boundaries.
Which is what I'm saying, which is why I kind of agree with that, with being the biggest girl group. Mm-hmm. And you obviously going into different countries that don't speak the language, I feel like they're helping that kind of like stereotype to be broken down. Because again, that's something that you've been doing with introducing K-pop, even like for me, for people who wouldn't even know to look up this type of music, are able to now look it up and be able to understand it on like not just a lyric based level, like what like face value, but feel exactly what they're trying to portray in the way that they dance, in the way that they sing the song.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just so proud of BLACKPINK and all that they achieved, like their hard work and the hard work that each individual will put in, and then how they like grow as like people, like themselves, and then they come together as a team and they do something really magical on the stage. Like, I'm really proud every time they come back. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're just giving more, putting more of themselves out there, and you can just see them really enjoying it. So I mean, they really deserve the title of #1 girl group. Like, honestly, they've
really put in the work for it, and they 100% deserve it.
Yeah. So I'm glad we sat down and watched this thing and reviewed it. Yeah.
That was really good, actually.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Well, look at my Mufasa hair going on. I mean, we're rough today. We're rough, guys. This is what happens when Sandy's not here.
See, that's what I mean. She holds us together.
As you can see.
Sandy, help us, save us.
For real.
But
don't watch the beginning part of the video as you were being roasted. But anyway, moving on.
I love you, Sandy. You're the best. You're our fearless leader.
Yeah. Which is so funny that you really got us into a girl group with 4 members, and look at us.
4.
I know.
We're the exact opposite of BLACKPINK.
Yeah, no, 100%. Not even close.
We are classy.
We're everything BLACKPINK's not, in a bad way.
They are, not me. We are classy savages. They're just classy. They don't got savage there.
They do. They're
I know their song is Pretty Savage, right? No, I'm talking about like
savage in a bad way. Savage.
Yeah.
Not savage like you're like savage. Witty, like savage. Witty or like really strong
ghetto.
Or like killing it.
It's a ghetto savage.
No, it's like the animal savage. That's what we are.
We got that part. They got the good part.
Yeah.
I'm not the animal. You guys are.
Okay.
You're like the reason we came up with that name for us. She's the reason. Sandy's like the only one.
She's the classy one.
She is the classy one.
She's the closest to BLACKPink that we are.
So poised.
We bring
really
her down.
classy.
Yeah, you should see how Sandy sits.
We like she's up here. We bring her down like a bunch of
float her down to the trenches.
Like the way Sandy sits, it's so nice.
Oh my god, yeah. She's always like, me too.
Like straight back.
You're gonna see me throughout the video.
She always has her hair done, and then I'm like poof or like that. I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, I don't even know what my hair was doing earlier. Right now, it's not. You're gonna see it in the video. Just terrible. Which is where we get the savage part.
And
savage.
I'm literally like savage.
But anyway, we're gonna react to the 2023 guide, so I'm excited.
Yes, me too. Haven't seen it, which is, you know, really exciting to be able to see like kind of the difference between where one I feel like is the guide and the other one is more of like a documentary, kind of like with their points of views, which is really nice to see. Now we're gonna see obviously a fan that, you know, absolutely loves them and see how they portray them.
Yeah, love it.
Let's see if we learn any new information.
Yeah, definitely learned a lot.
Yeah, because like the
I do
documentary
appreciate
I think covered
this
like
documentary.
young to like.
Yeah, I do appreciate this documentary, especially because we got to learn a lot about each one.
Yeah,
of them.
from like their past and kind of how they got together to do it. Yeah,
and just them as people. Yes, we know them as idols
like,
and stage. We know them as the, what is it called? We know them as like the stage performers. What is it called?
Yeah.
We know them as that, but then learning
more
like
about older
them,
as already being like put together, but it's like to be able to like see. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like being able to like hear their stories, not to see them, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, like hear their stories from like when they're younger, some of the a lot of the hardships that they had to face, and now to seeing who they are is really just an amazing thing. So let's see what the guide has to show for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, let us know what you guys think. If we missed anything, let us know.
Yeah,
we tried to
we
cover.
kind of talked a while about this.
Yeah, we did talk a while about this, but like really jumbled just because, you know, we're not reacting to it as we're seeing it. We're kind of reacting based off of, you know, just like our memories.
We are kind of like squirrel moments. But.
Yeah, literally a bunch of squirrel moments. Let us know if we missed anything that you want to let us know that we probably already do, but if you just missed talking about it. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Bye.